Bloody hell, what was that?
Sounded painful if you ask me.
Better not be those dogs up to something. I swear if it is.
Not everything's the dogs, Johnny.
You look like shit, miss. You alright?
This one just came off the train, boss.
Quiet, the both of you. Well, well, well. If it isn't the lab rat. You made it out. You're in the right state, ain't you? Never had a crash round here before. Course. Winston.
Yeah, enjoy.
Name's Gaunt. Sebastian Gaunt. And these dredges are Chill Winston and Johnny Shrapnel. But you can ignore Johnny. We're the Vagabonds.
We're the roughest, toughest, sharpest gang round these parts. Not like the dogs.
Snuff it, Johnny. Don't scare away our new acquaintance. So, who are you exactly? Only the gentry use those trains. Looks like you're the Wayfarer now, like the rest of us. Lewisham, or what's left of it. The Isle of Dogs Syndicate. Johnny gets a bit excited about them. Yeah, well, you don't look like it. Yeah, it was supposed to be a supply run.
We bought the location off someone in Thameshaven. Some old construction papers.
Well then, Wayfarer. Seems like you got two choices. You could go down that way to the Thames Falon. Ain't exactly pleasant to look at, but appearances can be deceiving. They may even know a thing or two about that lab, seeing as they sold us the location. Otherwise, you can stick it out with me and my mates. We help you out, you help us out. Let's just say that we're not the only gang sniffing around London, and we need help dealing with the competition. Obviously, we'd give you a little pick-me-up first. Ace, we could use an extra pair of hands. Here, take this for the road. Its best days of it. Behind it. Well, well, our little Wayfarer has returned. You're looking in a lot better nick than when we first found you, I must say. I've been paying mind to what you've been up to round here. Seems you're not a bad sort, me old mucker. So listen, I got an opportunity for you. You can keep on doing odd jobs for us, help out here and there for a few tickets. Or you can step up to the big game. I'm offering you the chance to join the ranks of the Vagabonds. Join our family proper. Your blood becomes our blood. Our fate becomes your fate. What do you say? Glad your gun's on our side. That's what I like to hear. But now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I still have a task for you before you join proper. We're on a war footing, and every new recruit has to prove their value for the effort. You want to join the Vagabonds, you gotta show your loyalty and your worth. The job is straightforward. Put down a dog and bring me its collar. Not just any dog, though. I want the blood of a Syndicate Enforcer captain, and I want its lapel pin in my hand as proof of the deed. Do that and you'll truly be one of us. Speak to Nelson for more info. The other lieutenants can kit you out with some gear. Goes the hunt. Well, well, I wasn't sure you had it in you, me old China. Very well done indeed. And good riddance to the dirty dog you scrubbed to get this. Here, keep this pin. Your first trophy is something to hold on to with pride. And take these threads. You're one of us now, so you ought to dress the part too. Welcome to the Vagabonds. Now, I told you I had some big plans coming up. Come see me and the boys in the lounge and I'll tell you what comes next. It's time for those dogs to find out what happens when we bite back. Here we all are then. Listen up, lads. I've called us together for a reason. The dogs hit us hard last time, coming right to the centre of our turf. Well, I didn't want no rash response, but now our heads have cooled, it's time we looked at how to bite back. The dogs are trying to get the nuclear reactor on their turf up and running. We've got to win this war before that can happen. That reactor could produce double the power Battersea can. The gentry would have the tummies in their gaff in seconds. They'd be untouchable. So now's the time to strike, and strike hard. And we've got us some extra help now. The lab rat we found down bridge is moving up in the world. This Wayfarer is now a vagabond.
Nice one.
Good work, mate.
Get in.
You've had a taste of Syndicate blood, Wayfarer. I'm hoping you're hungry for more. We're moving to a new phase in the war, one that's going to see us much more active, and I want you as our new commando. You've shown you're good on your feet in a tight spot, and you've shown you can carry out raids in enemy territory, and you can keep yourself alive doing so. That's exactly what we need for some new, aggressive assaults on the Syndicate. You think this is some sort of joke? Wipe that fucking smirk from your face before I take it off with a lead pipe. We're talking serious fucking business here. Don't you give me no shit or I'll turn you into fucking fertilizer, you hear? That's what I've got the lads here for. Chill, bullet tooth, shrapnel. I told you all I want new plans for how we can do some proper damage to the dogs. And new blood here is going to be our point person. What you got for me?
If you hang around, we'll hurt them. We need the numbers.
Is what we need, boss. Syndicate always have more than us. Way more. We can't win a war without enough weapons. Syndicate get regular supplies from the gentry factories. I know of a depot they run in a warehouse by West India Quay. I say we break in there and clean it out.
You must be joking. Security will be tighter than a rat's arse there. I'd have to send a whole team in to get more than a handful of guns. It's too dicey by half.
I know a gal that might be able to help us. An old, associate. She could find a way past the systems there, at least long enough to shift some crates out. We just need someone to break in and open the loading bay from the inside.
No, this is just stupid. Get your fucking brain in gear. I want to hurt the dogs, not do some petty theft. Anything we nick, they just replace in a week. We'd be better off burning the place down. Destroy whatever's there, fancy security and all, and fuck up their supply operations for months. Wouldn't even take much explosives to fry a weapons dump.
You're cool, boss. But there's bound to be some lovely gear in there. Would be a crying shame to see it all go to waste. If we're burning a place down, then there's no harm in nabbing some guns whilst we're at it, is there?
Okay, sure, but that's just some frosting. The real aim here is to fuck over the Syndicate. You've been paying attention, Wayfarer. Good. Take these charges. Find a way into this warehouse and set them somewhere that'll cook extra crisp.
And take this old card of mine and go see Frosty Valentina. She runs a bakery these days near Millwall High Street. She should recognise the card from our old days. I'd go see her myself, but the Syndicate sniffers would kill me on sight. Tell her what you're about, and she can sort you with something to bypass the security systems.
Waste of time. We don't need this Millwall bint.
Hey, no need to talk about Valentina like that.
Fine. I just want the fucking job done. No distractions.
So tell me, what does the Syndicate have in abundance that we don't?
Web tools.
Herpes.
Literally everything.
No. I mean, yeah, probably. But I'm thinking of one thing in particular. Supplies. While we're choking down squirrel stew and using rock gut whiskey to treat anything from the flu to a bullet in the head, the IODS has enough food and medicine to supply both them and the whole of Westminster. I feel it's high time we alleviate them of some of that excess and put ourselves in a position to succeed. After all, health is wealth.
So what are you suggesting we do about it? And if you say a train robbery again, I swear to God.
Well, now, just hear me out. There's a train that makes up a third of the syndicate supply line, and...
Oh, for fuck's sake, Winston. You've been reading your bloody spy comic books again. You're not 006 or whatever. Give it a rest.
Well, it's 005 actually, and what I read in my spare time has nothing to do with this. I really don't see what your issue is anyway. They have supplies, they transport them via train, we rob the train, it's simple.
It's not bloody simple. It's never bloody simple. There are far too many variables at play in a job like that. We broke even by the skin of our bollocks on the supply run to the lab, and you want to up the ante? Not a chance. Out of the question.
That's just it though, innit? You're looking at the ones and zeros of the returns from the lab. But the real intangible score of that job run is staring us right in the bloody face.
What are you on about? What, the Wayfarer? Not a bad point. Alright, fine. Here's what we'll do. Let's send the Wayfarer to strap on a tux and play international spy. And if they don't come back, we're only back to net zero on that lab run. Happy?
Seems like the more people we send, the better chance of success we'd have. But, yeah, sure. I'll take what I can get.
Good. You should be thanking me for even agreeing to that. The stakes of a job like this are still sky high, seeing as if the Wayfarer fucks this up, the heat comes down on our heads like a redcoat's deli belly. You hear that, Wayfarer? If you muck this up and get yourself killed, I'll find you in the afterlife and shit down your throat for the rest of eternity.
Excellent. So the train passes through Poplar Station. That's where you'll be heading first. The station is a syndicate outpost, so you'll most likely have to put down some dogs to get to the control room. Once you're there, all you have to do is switch the train's route to Canning Town Station. Hop aboard, and Bob's your uncle, you're done. We'll be waiting in Canning Town to unload the supplies. Easy peasy.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be just that simple. What could go wrong? It's only the Syndicate's most important and highly guarded assets we're talking about. So in case it's not the sunny stroll in the park that Winston is presenting it as, take these explosives. If we can't have those supplies, nobody can. Get me? If things start going south, blow that train to Kingdom Come. Even if we come away empty-handed, at least we'll muck up the Syndicate's main supply lines.
But securing those supplies is still the main objective, so don't go blowing them up for the hell of it. Any questions? Fat cats of the gentry struck a bit of a deal with the mangy mutts of the Isle a while back. In exchange for guns, slave labour, tickets, and a promise not to kick down their doors in the middle of the night, the Syndicate supplies Her Majesty and the distinguished royal court with food, medicine, and other essentials. But it's no secret that there's very little love lost between the lot. All it might take to get the gentry to double back on their little deal is a slight rock of the old boat, if you catch my drift. Something like a dashing rogue agent with a license to kill, intercepting their supply run, for instance. I don't know for sure, but there's a scene in Radfinger where 005 boards a moving train to neutralise an A-bomb somewhere in the Swiss Alps. If that's even loosely based on reality, then I'd expect heavily armed goons everywhere. Maybe some bookish scientists in lab coats. And I wouldn't count on the possibility of a few trained martial artists either. They'll attack you on sight, so your best bet is to go in stealth and kill them one by one, preferably with a silenced pistol. Medicine, wool, other finished goods and the like. But most importantly, anything you've been craving while licking the lid of a tin of dog food, they've got it in that train. Bangers and mash, eggs and rashers, proper baked beans, fish and chips, steaks as thick as a phone book. They've got it all. You pull this job off, and we'll quite literally be eating like royalty. Good luck, mate. The lads will see you in Canning Town. Quick, take this before Gaunt sees.
Christ. This is such a mistake.
You got in on your own. Very nice, you done well. These supplies are going to make a big difference, believe me. I'm well chuffed.
Listen to you two mugs, clapping yourselves on the back over nothing. The Syndicate still stands. A couple of crates of guns won't bother them. We've risked a lot for pittance here. Pathetic. What, 2 groups of enforcers on top of you and you just waltz back in all alone to blow things up?
Gordon fucking Bennett, that's some moxie you got there, mate.
I'll say. Bloody amazing. Well, I'm glad you're on our side. I wouldn't want to go up against someone as fucking mad as that.
Something like this deserves a special reward. Here, have this, pal. It's that laser rifle I showed you earlier. I've been tinkering away at it, and she's a right daisy now. I hope it serves you well.
Right. Well, that's a happy ending and a half. Now, what's next?
We've been travelling together a while.
Back. So, what happened? Get in, that's bloody brilliant. You have to tell me, how big was the explosion? How fast did the dredge sink? Did you see the hull ripped open?
You fucking plonkers. Don't you see what that means? The Syndicate are going to spin this as vagabond terrorism. How many of those other prisoners sank with the ship? Their blood's on us now. Great fucking story that makes. Vagabonds rescue their own
back.
and leave everyone... You're the
what
one
happened?
helping out. Good to see ain't everybody out to get us.
Get in, that's bloody brilliant. You have to tell me, how big was the explosion? How fast did the dredge sink? Did you see the hull ripped open?
You fucking plonkers. Don't you see what that means? The Syndicate are going to spin this as vagabond terrorism. How many of those other prisoners sank with the ship? Their blood's on us now.
You got in on your own. Very nice, you done well. These supplies are going to make a big difference, believe me. I'm well chuffed.
Listen to you two mugs, clapping yourselves on the back over nothing. The Syndicate still stands. A couple of crates of guns won't bother them. We've risked a lot for pittance here. Pathetic. What, 2 groups of enforcers on top of you and you just waltz back in all alone to blow things up?
Gordon fucking Bennett, that's some moxie you got there, mate.
I'll say. Bloody amazing. Well, I'm glad you're on our side. I wouldn't want to go up against someone as fucking mad as that.
Something like this deserves a special reward. Here, have this, pal. It's that laser rifle I showed you earlier. I've been tinkering away at it, and she's a right daisy now. I hope it serves you well.
Right. Well, that's a happy ending and a half. Now, what's next?
We've been travelling together a while.
Going on is Black dead, and where the bleed neck is Nelson. We're gearing up for an all-out war here, and I haven't heard shit from either of you. That's funny, because you were spotted entering 1 Canada Square, and now you're here. Considering you still have a fucking head on your shoulders, you have some fucking explaining to do. Do you have any idea how much time and resources we've invested in this? And you just want to call it a day? What kind of weak-kneed, spineless, gutless, chicken shit move is that? You're done, you hear me? You're done.
Gaunt, let's hear her out.
What?
We don't know Black's terms. If they're preferable to war, then they're worth considering, ain't they?
I cannot believe I'm hearing this. Fine. Winston and Johnny are in the lounge. I want this bollocks dealt with quickly. It isn't the fucking time for placard-wielding conscientious fucking objectors. Delusional. I've hit the fucking bullseye of people to blame. Right, outside. If you try to run, you cunt, I'll break your fucking legs and use your kneecaps as an ashtray. You're finished.
Come, companion. Victory awaits.
You're finished.
Come, companion. Victory awaits.
Never yields. Come the fuck up, or fuck the fuck off. Never yields. Come the fuck up, or fuck the fuck off.
I was hoping it wouldn't come to that.
Why the hell did he do that?
Pride.
Some of the others won't be happy with Gaunt gone.
It might take time, but they'll accept the Wayfarer. Peace is alien to most of us, but I have a feeling we might like it.
Here's to our new leader.
To our new leader. To a new age.
New age. We'll take care of things here. Use Nelson's radio. Tell Black we accept his terms.
Make sure he keeps his word.
Good luck out there, boss.
I was hoping it wouldn't come to that.
Why the hell did he do that?
Pride.
Some of the others won't be happy with Gaunt gone.
It might take time, but they'll accept the Wayfarer. Peace is alien to most of us, but I have a feeling we might like it.
Here's to our new leader.
To our new leader. To a new age.
We'll take care of things here. use Nelson's radio. Tell Black we accept his terms.
Make sure he keeps his word.
Good luck out there, boss.
Return to the Swan and Mitre. Let things cool down. If I'm welcome back, that is. Thank you.
Don't worry, I'll give him work in the meantime. I owe it to him on account of his missing eyes.
Goodbye, Wayfarer.
Yes, goodbye, Wayfarer. Many thanks again. It's just good business at the end of the day. Remember that and you'll do well. Ah, there you are. Me and old Nelson were wondering if we'd hear from you again. Gaunt is known to be volatile. I can't even believe it. After all these years, he's finally gone. I didn't think he'd choose death over retirement.
I'm gonna wait a while before I return to the Swan and Mitre. Let things cool down. If I'm welcome back, that is. Thank you.
Don't worry, I'll give him work in the meantime. I owe it to him on account of his missing eyes.
Goodbye, Wayfarer.
Yes, goodbye, Wayfarer. Many thanks again. It's just good business at the end of the day. Remember that and you'll do well.